The world is nothing without us.
Thank you.
You know what? Go find something to do. Talking
Distinguished man of the House of Ferguson.
to the house of Ferguson. You can talk, fool.
We are the sons of Fergus.
You hear that, boy?
Do you hear that?
No, did you hear what he
I
said?
did.
You guys saw you was what it is?
The
We
sons.
are the sons of Fergus. I don't know who Fergus is, but it got to be
Okay.
that.
Oh shit. I can put it on a shirt.
So he putting it on the shirt.
Sons of Fergus.
Every day, girl, you're shining like a diamond. Playing break and scrape and jumping noon. I'm rooting for this cutie, sexy female DJ. She's so fine, I love listening to the natural impression.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
So good to be here with you. And press my jack,
Natural like that.
I'm happy that I'm with you.
Empress my jack.
Yo,
That's a fact.
I'm always tuning in. Here we go again. You play sweet music.
Ah,
I respect you much, you see. I'm subscribing while you're vibing. Streaming live is how you be. This beauty, she's not moody. No way.
Emily must say know me, but I am moody.
Got you
Ah,
The truth?
what is a real Cancerian boy? We booty.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Yes.
Let us see.
She ain't know me though. She ain't know me.
Yeah, I don't know you too, so.
Ah.
Embrace my jack. Yo, that's
I was laughing. I hear that line every time.
tuning in. Here we go again.
Star 106 hits, yeah, from your sweet Emily on the track. You know what time it is. It's another featured Thursday. Of course, today's show being brought to you courtesy of KFC, Pinder Tile, Muffler World. I want to say thank you to Lactogen 3, distributed by Lightborns Trading, CG Atlantic, Juicing for Life. Thank you to Discount Distributors and Produce Express. And of course, Guinness Smooth has got us this hour, as well as the galley at Sunrise, aka Sunrise Cafe number 2. We're talking about all Bahamian breakfast all day. So people like my guests who are accustomed to living in the US, and you run to Denny's and think we could have breakfast any time of the day. We can do that here in the Bahamas now at the Galley at Sunrise. Bahamian and American breakfast all day long, 7 days a week. So of course, make sure you check it out. Fire Trail Road in the Epic Battery Plaza. It's the Galley at Sunrise. All right. Good afternoon to everybody locked and loaded, of course, on the FM band. We're 106.5 FM. Thank you to all of those listening, of course, on Star 106 and Natural Empress on Facebook. And then, of course, there is channel 976 on, of course, on cable. All right. So make sure however you get here, I'm just happy that you're here. It's another featured Thursday. And he's been here before, and it's always a pleasure when he's here. And I'm happy to have him here again today because, boy, a revolution. I say nothing less. So, with that said, Fred Ferguson, it's always, always a pleasure to have you. Good afternoon to you.
My sister Empress, good to be here. Thanks for having me. And now I know you're a Cancer. That's your zodiac sign. I better watch out for the moodiness, as you say. Here we are. Let's talk about
It's always so good to have you. We always have some great conversations, and I look forward to it. I look forward to what you're doing today and what we're going to talk about today. Now, originally, this show was supposed to be as advertised with you and Cupid. But we're going to talk about Cupid and what you're doing with Cupid. But let us just quickly surmise and summarize, rather, um, him as a Bahamian artist and what he does. Now, you just recently did a song with him, a project with him. I want to know Out of all of the artists that you could put your hands on, because you name Fred Ferguson, you call and they run. Why Cupid for this song?
That's kind of interesting. I never think of it that way, but ironic. But Cupid, I tried to reach him for the past few days, but as it's the same issue that's happening with most artists in the Bahamas, we have to find second jobs and other jobs to survive, especially now. And when I spoke to him last, he said he had taken on a day job somewhere. So I don't know if he is on island or out of range, but I really wanted him to be here with me today. And a short history is I didn't know this until very recently. Cupid, Clay is his real name, but his mother worked with us Bahamian when we owned the club, the Culture Club, which was on Nassau Street, Bahamian's Culture Club. So either I am old or I don't know, Cupid, his mother had him when she was very young. So, so I know about him for a long, long time ago. And one of the problems we have since the passing of Ronnie is to find the person with the voice to match the things that I have. I usually think of Ronnie first when I write something in the male range. And so I was searching around and also finding the person who is bold enough to sing a song like this, who's not afraid to take on the public or take on the establishment and sing a song that is not about dancing or that kind of thing. And Cupid, I called him, I asked him, he said yes right away. And so here we are.
Now, persons are wondering, what we're talking about. I'm going to play the track, but just give us a quick synopsis of the track.
Well, there's a saying that goes, there's a time and a place and a season for everything. And then also there's a time for us when we need to start speaking truth. Because as we say in another place that I'm connected, truth is a divine attribute and the foundation of every virtue. So we have to stop believing and telling stories, especially as musicians and artists, that everything is okay, that everything is hunky-dory. We have a role, and we're supposed to be willing and able to tell the truth all the time. And right now, I believe with the political season where it is, and no, we refer to it as the silly season, but the political season is in high gear. And I believe as musicians, as Bahamians, as Sir Lyndon Pinland said, and you will hear him saying at the beginning of this song, if you don't fight for the country that you live in, that you own, then you don't deserve to have it. And so I took that position, and I said that I am a proud Bahamian. Everyone knows that. And so I want to fight for my country, and this is the time for us to stand up. And this is a call to action to all Bahamians, all musicians, all artists. Let's come together and fight for what we know is right for our country. And that's where this song came from.
All right. So it generally speaks of Bahamians rising up in solidarity to fight for what's indigenously ours. That's what you're saying.
That's not just indigenous, what is rightfully ours, not just indigenous, whatever is rightfully ours. And it's talking about, I wouldn't forecast it, but it's talking about the politicians and what they're doing to us, not allowing us to grow in the way we should be. And so I'm grateful to your station and Tony Williams for, first of all, taking the risk in playing a song like this, because, a short time ago, a song like this would not get played. I remember when Eddie Menace released Ting and Ting, they didn't play that because they thought it said something else. So either we have grown or Tony is just getting more bolder as he's getting older. So I appreciate him taking the chance to do this. So let's see what the public says and see what happens after this. But here is Revolution.
All right, so we're going to play the track right now. Say you heard it here first. Revolution. It is produced by the great Fred Ferguson, performed by our very own Cupid. Here we go. Beats, can you send it as a WeTransfer? You sent it already?
I have to say, it's time for a change. Start a brand new day. We can't sit anymore in the same place. Live in the same old way like we did yesterday. Open up your eyes and see the truth. The forces around you don't mean you no good. They're telling your story and promise you much. While taking on for themselves, That's telling me no revolution. Yeah, it's time for us to fight. We gotta fight
Revolution.
It's time for us to fight. We gotta fight. No more living in darkness while you still got your light. Can't see where the money gone, spending it left and right. We're facing survival, finding it hard to eat. Taxation is on the rise. Got no shoes on my feet. How come you had nothing when you decide to lead? Now you find both big and fat, and you live like a king. People living hopelessly, begging on the streets. Young men dying daily, going down in the yeah, it's time for us to fight. We gotta fight. Oh yeah, it's time for us to fight. We gotta fight. We won't sit in darkness while you still got your life. Children graduating school could hardly read or write. We're fighting to survive, finding it hard to eat. Price of food is on the rise, what's on everything? Revolution, it's time for us to fight. We gotta fight. Yeah, it's time for us to fight. We gotta fight. Listen, everybody, to what I have to say. It's time for a change, time for a brand new day. They're telling us stories that we wanna hear. While taking on for themselves, they really don't care. For the people, yeah. It's time for us to fight. We gotta fight. Yeah, it's time for us to fight. We gotta fight. Yeah. Revolution.
Ready?
It's time for us. We gotta fight. Revolution. It's time for us to. We gotta. Revolution. It's time for us to get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Revolution. It's time for us to. We gotta fight. Yeah,
Star 106 hits. Say you heard it here first. Sounds of Cupid in a different light, different realm, different feel, different everything. Song is called Revolution, produced by the one and only, the great Fred Ferguson, who joins us live today. Fred! Oh my God.
Hey, baby.
No, seriously, Fred, like seriously. Wow. Do you think, generally speaking, because it's one thing for you to say, and I assume you wrote the track as well, not only just producing it, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, now what you know of your people, do you think we are a revolutionary people? Do you think we'll ever get to the point where we will do exactly what you ask, which is to stand up and fight? Or do you think continually we're going to sit and grumble at Daenerys and you fill in blank here, web shop, barber shop, bar, or any given corner?
Yes. I think the politicians know that very well too. That's why they continue to take advantage of us. They know that we are going to sit under the dock and fry and have trees.
What a nice punk salad.
Yeah, 3 for 5, and then we're going to, and you know, there are two things that we fight about all year in the Bahamas. That's Junkanoo and politics. And so, you know, we talk about it, we complain when it happens. As soon as the Junkanoo season over, they rob us, and then we talk about that all year long until the next season. The political season is the same thing. Whoever wins, we complain, we swing the pendulum, and we put in a new party. And 2 years in, we're back to the same fights we were in with the previous party. And so, to answer your question, I don't know if we are ready. Now is the time we need to be ready, though, because we're at a place and we see exactly, for example, what COVID has done to us. It's basically stopped us from almost surviving. We are entertainers, first and foremost. We haven't worked in over a year, most of us, in any viable way. There are a few amount of us who are performing here and there, maybe karaoke tracks, maybe in smaller venues with some bands. But overall, as a nation, we need to come to a place and let's face our politicians when they walk to our door. Let's ask them what they really plan to do. What they really plan to do for us.
We're going to find out what's happening on the streets of Nassau. We got a quick commercial break. When we come back, more with the great Fred Ferguson right here. It's a featured Thursday on Star 106 Hits.
It's traffic report.
Okay, hold on.
Well, you're traffic now. The east lanes of North Dolly into that Blue Road roundabout. You've got your standing traffic there, slowly merging into the circle. That roundabout is busy.
Yeah, I wish Q-pid was here. I wanted to find out like what he felt doing this song as a young person and a young entertainer.
I sent him I called from here. I had someone from there call. I sent him Facebook. I sent him WhatsApp.
Okay, he really just can't be reached right now. It's fine.
I was about to release, but I don't even get a blue tick from him, so I don't know what's going on there. And I don't know where he's working, because he said he was doing some kind of work.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
I really wanted him to be here too. It's really more about him, you know.
Yeah, but yeah. So you sent him the track? How was it? Was it done?
I was home from my father's burial. I had this written about 2 years ago.
Oh wow!
It was just sitting there, and I'm going through my
catalog.
Going through my catalog now and seeing if I'm going to make an exit from the industry. I just want to finish the stuff that I have unfinished, and then ride off into the sunset. You know.
What do you mean? You know what? I go wait, because only those who are live on the Facebook feed are privy to this off-air conversation. But I think what I want to say and what I'm asking the masters on the airwaves should hear too. So I go wait. I's gonna wait.
Couple days. I'm here for you.
I'm gonna wait. We got 3 commercials.
In real time, via double N.
Gran, it was good to see you, but we've got to get home.
Yep.
I'm in conversation now, Empress, about becoming a radio host over here, promoting our music.
Over there?
Yeah.
You gonna do it?
Just before you call, I was in the middle of working on my demo to send into the station right now.
Come, let me critique you. So give me drop an opening line. Make a fictitious radio name. When I say name, meaning station.
Empress, the thing won't lay down.
That's Bishop Lion, man. Oh Lord, give me a Star 106 opening.
You know what? I'll tell you that. I'm really doing that for true. I'm sitting there and working that out right now. But it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a show. It's already in conversation.
Is it a talk show? Is it what?
No, it's going to be a show that's going to be featuring. Well, I'm taking it from the Caribbean approach, where I'm going to be working with all. I spoke to Tony about it already too. Just doing live simulcast with stations from the different Caribbean countries, talking about their music, showcasing their music, playing some of their music.
I like. Here we go. I like.
Stars and hits live at 106.
Star 106 Hits. Yes, it's another featured Thursday. Today is all about a revolution Fred Ferguson joins us live today as we showcase the brand new material, song called Revolution, sung by our very own Cupid, young artist. And I'm sorry he's not here to tell the tale, but when you sent him the track and he realized what it was he was about to say to the nation, what was his initial reaction?
And his first reaction was not, let's do it. He was like, I had to talk him through this. I was like, bruh, listen, I ain't never scared. So if you're ready to take on this fight, then let me know. I won't be upset with you, but I think you're the only person I can think of who can pull this off with the range. Because when you listen to his GOAT song and all those other songs, and that's, as a producer, you need to work within the range of the singer. And so I said, you could do it. And after a while, I sent him the lyrics. We went into a real-time studio with Neil. We did a demo. Well, I was home at that time for the burial of my father. And then I had this song written like 2 years or so ago, just sitting in my catalog. And I said, this is the perfect time to do this. While I'm home, went by Neil, he did like a demo thing, and then he started to feel it. And so we went back in the studio maybe like 2 more times, edited it, and then we finally got it down where Greg White from Sonic, what's his studio name? Sonic Masters. They mixed it down for me. And here it is. So Cupid was a little bit, he's a little skeptical at the beginning, but now I was out here, brother. The fight is on now.
Absolutely, because the first thing one is thinking is, okay, even if he agreed with the lyrical content, his first thought must have been, oh, victimization, because we're generally not a people who speak out.
That is very right. I mean, you're absolutely right. And I thought about it too. I mean, I've been victimized so much. I have so many holes in me now. You put a hose in my mouth, I could be a sprinkler.
Man, I can't with you.
So I'm not afraid of that anymore. And I think that if some of us, or if all of us don't stand up, we're going to continue getting what we're getting. This morning I was looking online, I saw during the Oscars, recently, that was Sunday, right? I saw there was this organization that they came together to offer health services for all those persons who were not working for all these years. So they've been around for a while. What do we have in the Bahamas to support artists the same way? Our musicians union, they don't even have a Facebook page. So, there's not a Facebook page for it. You can look for it, Bahamas Musicians. And
they hardly ever open. They right across the street from us. They hardly ever, anyway.
We can't look at anything to say that they are doing to presently help the artists. I mean, and that's just the truth. If we're going to face truth, let's face the truth. And if we're going to create this revolution, now is the time to talk about these things. Say these things to your politician when they come to your door. What are you really doing for us artists? I'm talking about changing the Minister of Culture. So when the next party, when they put their boy in culture, what is the real foundational plan you have for us? So we need that revolution. And Cupid was correct in thinking that way, because it's very possible. It's very possible that whoever hears the song and disagrees with him doing it, he could have some reaction somewhere.
He'll get some flack.
Yeah, he will get flack, and he mightn't get any job by a party who feels some kind of way about it. But you know what? As artists, our role is not supposed to always do the thing that is popular.
Correct.
We got to do the thing that's correct. And from biblical days, King David was a musician. That's how the word got around the different communities through the arts and through the music. And so if we as artists don't take our rightful place in our country and only think that we should play dance music, jump up, boogie shaking songs at festivals, then we're going to miss a whole section of what we are here to do. Even if it's gospel, gospel artists, their role is to spread the message of the gospel. As secular artists, or whatever you call us, be it visual or music, whatever it is, our role is to sensitize the public of what's going on around us, to bring a focus, and to use our gifts to revolutionize the nation.
Now, for the first break, when do you see it ever truly happening in great numbers where we become a revolutionary people? Remember now, Father Fred, that victimization is real in this country. You dare not speak out, otherwise you're gonna lose your good government job. You're gonna be labeled, you're gonna be classified. People run away from that.
Yeah, well, the first thing is, again, part of the revolution in the song, it says, it talks about the politician and what we want them to do. We have to get out of the mindset of government job. When is the government going to make it possible that us artists, us Bahamians, can own something? Not relying on the government for the work, but relying on the government to provide the avenues and put the groundwork in place for us to survive on our own. And so until we continue to fight for that, until we decide to fight for that, we will get the same thing we get today, what we got yesterday. And personally, I don't think we're ready for it. We did a march. Remember, we had the black shirt march. I was a part of that. I pushed the late great Ronnie Butler in his wheelchair on that march because we thought that was going to make a difference. That went out the window very quickly. But
you don't think for a second that maybe we are just a docile people simply because it is a part of our DNA?
We have been watered down that way from majority rule. We've been watered down that way. We just rely 100% on the politician. And I have an analogy for that, but I can't tell you that on air. I'm just saying that you can get what you get. If you put yourself in the position to get it, you're going to get it. And so if we give the politicians, and now being a politician, Empress, has become a profession more than service.
A duty, a job.
Yeah, it's become a job now. Everyone who is running in this thing is like, let me go get mine. Let me get mine. And so when you look at the majority of them who you thought will make a difference, and you watch them change right before your eyes, then you know that something is wrong. So we, the people, if we need to step up now and say, listen, brother, you come to my house for your vote. Let's take off these things. Tell me how you can do this. First and foremost, you rely on central government. So how is something going to happen for me specific that you could do more than painting the basketball court or having a youth festival, you call it, just before election time? I need to know how you're going to fix that. What you're going to do to ensure that I, as a musician, have work on a regular basis. How are you going to ensure I get my royalties paid when you do an event? How come Junkanoo don't pay royalties, for example? And that's a paid event. So all these things we need to ask about, and all of this is part of the revolution. That's why that song came through me and what it was all about.
All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, for those that are just joining us, we're going to replay that song once again. Featured Thursday, Star 106 Hits. All right, I got to play it again. I'm asked to play it again. Okay. Got it.
Want a cleaner fuel system? Improved fuel economy? Low viscosity oils like 5W30 or 10W30 are recommended by leading car manufacturers. Choosing the wrong viscosity and not changing the oil to the recommended intervals can produce some severe sludging. Castrol GTX Ultra Clean has a unique double action formula designed to clean sludge 50% better than industry standards. Buy Castrol GTX Ultra Clean and get 50% superior sludge protection. Castrol, it's more than just oil, it's liquid engineering. Call Bay Street Garage for suggested retail prices on Castrol lubricants.
Imagine, that's where every advancement begins, with an idea that things can be different, better. Now, imagine a world where your entertainment experience was all about you, your style, your show, at your budget. And Rev, that's what we've imagined. To join the conversation and learn more about the future of Rev TV, visit us at rev.ps/imagine.
It's so nice. Do it twice. Sunrise Cafe has opened its second location on Fire Trail Road in the epic Battery Plaza, serving all your favorites, including their famous stuffed snapper, fettuccine, and apicasta, rack of lamb, and all your deli sandwiches and salads. Fresh prepared. Tons of healthy options for all of those that want to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Sunrise Cafe number 2. Calling your order at 341-4302.
What's up, y'all? I'm Beyonce. Hi, this is Jennifer Lopez. We're keeping it fresh. Yo, what up? This your girl Sierra with the most hits all day.
Keep it locked.
Star 106.5.
Star 106 hits. Welcome back. Free your mind on a featured Thursday. And if you're just joining me, you're late. But nevertheless, it's good to have you with us as I have the great Fred Ferguson joining us virtually today. And, you know, Fred, you said something off air that was kind of disturbing to me. When you mentioned how you came across this song, you said, you know, you had this one in the files, you had this one in the catalog, and you decided to, you know, pull it up and let's, you know, work on it before you walk off into the sunset. What does that really mean in English?
Uh, in my best English, it means simply that, Empress, I'm at the place now where I'm thinking that maybe, you know, I don't know how much sense it makes continuing living this way. But you know, all is not lost. Let me say this first before I leave that dome section, because I'm in the middle of working on some other things that I think are going to make you proud to add. I sent you a snippet the other day of the trailer for a documentary that Kevin Taylor and myself are doing along with Cable Bahamas on the life of Joseph Spence, the legendary
I know
Bahamian.
you're real passionate about him.
And listen, this is going to be something that's going to be moving. We were able to interview guitar players around the world, including a Japanese guitar player who speaks no English, who's playing the style of Spence. You know, we went around some islands of the Bahamas, got some great interviews, and Kevin did a phenomenal job of bringing that together. So that's happening. And I'm in the middle. I mentioned briefly off air that I'm working on establishing myself here with a local station here in Birmingham for the purpose of promoting. Firstly, I tried to do it for just Bahamian, but it's now grown into a radio program featuring the music of the Caribbean, not specifically the dance hall, the new stuff, because it's going to be on a jazz station, the Birmingham Jazz Hall of Fame as a station, that they want more of the, for example, the Marleys, the Ronnie Butlers, the Sparrows, that tempo of stuff to match their format. But it still gives me a chance to link with radio stations via the internet, to talk to radio personalities like yourself and other persons, to talk about the music of the Bahamas, to talk about the music of Antigua, to talk a little bit about the culture of these things. So I'm working on that. So to continue with the point I'm saying earlier, I'm not sure, I'm not feeling nowadays, I feel like I'm walking in a vacuum as it relates to creation of music for the local market. It doesn't seem to get anywhere. And I get royalty checks less than £100 for a quarter. You know, I'm not able to get work in my own country, and I have to be careful how I release songs like I'm doing today.
It's just disheartening.
It's heartbreaking. You know, I've been like I got Q-pid as one of the younger artists. I'm working. I have some stuff in the files that I want to complete. The Ronnie Butler tribute project. I'm doing a duet with Sweet Emily and Sonovia. Stuff like that. I have the Ronnie Butler project, like I said. I spoke to a young artist named Shine, who
Yeah.
I've heard recently, and he is very much interested in doing one of these songs with me. So I'm going to get him. So all those things that are still in the works, if funding come along, because it all takes funding. Studio time at home is you got to pay somebody. And so I've had some persons really honestly who have come up and given some contributions so far, using their contributions, but there's still more left to be done. And so once this is done, I think I'm just going to step back and let the newer, younger producers take it over.
No, notice there was a moment of silence there because I'm not quite sure how to digest that. It's you can't lose your passion. Well, it's not a matter of losing your passion, but you're losing that fire that was once ignited when I guess things were things. But you got to fight for it. You're the revolutionary.
Yeah, well, you see, I'm fighting. I'm here today, you know. But again, if you bash my head against the wall too many times, eventually you can knock me out. And so you gotta ease up every now and then. Just give me a chance to survive. You know, and I'm not saying me. I'm talking about the collective we.
Of course, I know.
You know, all of us need. I mean, the only way you're going to get more music of any quality to play on your show, or artists to come in, you're going to need them to be able to record quality music. Of course, you have some of the younger people doing the hip hop and the rap, and that is a beautiful thing. I heard some stuff by what's the young guy, Bahamian Trey, and all those other persons who were doing music, and we encourage them to do it. But at the same time, persons like myself who fight for the preservation of the foundation of the music that they're building on, what do we do? What is being done to help us survive, to carry on? I'm a member of the Orange Economy that was put together by the government to talk about how we could preserve the industry. We made recommendations. We talk about naming our music officially Gumbe. We talk about all these things, and we worked so much until the persons in the committee just fall by the wayside. Nothing is happening any longer. So why should we continue to fight like this, except to say, let us have a revolution? If the revolution becomes a reality, maybe these things will happen. But until then, we talk about the revolution. The revolution will not be televised, as they say.
What?
You know that thing where they say the revolution will not be televised.
Right.
The revolution.
Let's sing that song once again. For those that have not heard it, here's Revolution once again, Star 106 hits.
Bahamian, unprepared to stand up and fight and defend their own Bahamas, then you don't deserve. Listen up.
And for persons who are expecting a dance song, ain't nothing happening today. This ain't that day.
It ain't that day.
This ain't the day. I have a song that I wrote and recorded with Tingham. Them is called "I Don't Want to Dance," and it's been released for 4 years or more. I'm just going to put it out on Facebook. It's talking the same thing. It's time to stop dancing for a minute. Just breathe. Look at what's happening around us, babes. Look at what's happening.
Life has changed. The world is changing. Like you can still dance, but you got to think too. This is thinking time. Your back is against the wall for most people. Like, why wouldn't you think?
Just pause. But if you check music from all around, you listen to the rap that's coming out of America now. A lot of that is thinking music. DMX was thinking music.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's not all about, even though the rhythm is catchy.
It's catchy, it's dancey.
Yeah, but it's thinking music. And so even you hear the Rake and Scrape coming in with this song that I'm doing here, Revolution, in the backgrounds, but it ain't about raking and scraping. It's about thinking for a minute. Let's just pause. Tomorrow we can do some more bungie shaking. We can do some more other things. But today let's pause, And so I'm not expecting the song to make any massive sales on the market. I don't expect it to be played on ZNS. I don't think they're going to play it. But
times have changed. I don't know. I want to beg to differ.
Well, I sent it out. I'm still waiting for a response. So, and I understand. It's just.
But Fred, seriously, in this day and age, you don't think they would play it? Seriously?
I don't know. I really think not. I'm willing to be surprised. I don't want to set myself up for disappointment,
We won't sit in darkness while you still got your light. Children graduating school could hardly read or write. Hard to eat. Price of food. On everything. Revolution. It's time for. I'm not. Yeah, it's time for us to fight. There's no navy blue in the what I have to say. It's time for a change, time for a brand new day. They're telling us stories that we only hear. While taking on for themselves, they really don't care. For the people, yeah. It's time for us to fight.
Star 106 hits. It's a revolution. Q-pid. Q-pid even sound different, like he's in thinking mode as well. Where, you know, like you said, there's a time, the Bible tells you there's a time for everything under the sun, and now the time is to think.
Yes, 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 absolutely. As a matter of fact, I just see Cupid just signed on saying something to me now. Haven't been able to listen, but I hope he's okay. But it's a time to listen, my dear. It's an absolute. We just have to like take a pause. Like I said, there's going to be another chance to dance tomorrow. You know, we're going to have something to celebrate. We're going to feel the need to shake a leg, but there also, as I said at the beginning, there's a place and a time and a season for everything. And right now, for me today, the season is to tell a story. So those tuning in today and expecting me, knowing that the music I usually bring is dance, rake and scrape, etc. So I don't know if you're going to get great responses on your show today. You probably see nothing happening there because they say.
I want you to start reading some of the comments that are coming across the screen, though.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. I'll look at it afterwards. But what are they saying?
All right, this one says, and this is from a fellow artist. This is Peter Runks, who says, awesome producer, nice song, beautiful vibes. Another one says, awesome show. I mean, and this one says, timely song, Fred. And the comments are coming in.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Well, you know, like I said, at least now y'all can join me in the revolution. And, you know, the song is going to be there. I'm going to put it on social media. It's uploaded on all of the streams, iTunes, and all those other places. So it's available. But like I said, it isn't designed to be a song that's supposed to make you dance. And if it's popular, the popularity has to have some effect. And the effect has to be that you agree with what I'm saying and join into the fight. This is the season. They come into your door. They come in your neighborhood. They're already walking around in their colors. They come in and they promising you much. Just tell them enough, as I say in the song. It's time for a revolution. Either you're going to bring what makes it better for me, or don't bring it at all. And that is where we stand right now. So, Empress, I appreciate the opportunity. You know, there's new music coming. Don't worry about that. Some other music coming, like the Fresh Paint 2, which may be called Another Coat of Paint, which is going to have music that's going to be really cool. I have Gifton Jalen playing trumpet on one, T. Coakley playing keyboards on one, Ray Munnings is slated to sing on another. Lots of Bodine is supposed to be my connecting voice in between all the songs. Novi and Emily and all these people are on this track. Anya and only I told you already I'm gonna have you play keyboards and something. So all this stuff is happening. That is there, as I said in the beginning. There is that place. Today, we're in the silly season, folks. You can't miss it. Just walk out your door, you turn on your TV. Every time you watch TV, there's a commercial in between talking about what we're going to do for you. This is the time to hold them accountable. And the revolution doesn't have to be violent, but the revolution needs to be strong, serious, and we need to stand by it. If we say we want it, we need to hold our position and make sure we get what we're talking about.
Fred, thank you so much. It was my pleasure, of course, being the first to play this song. You know, we look forward to the new music and all the projects that you are still actively working on. And I just want you to know that it's not time for you to hang up that hat. No time soon. Don't let them out your fire. All right.
I'm with you, Bears. You know, I think maybe it's the beard making me to become more contemplative than I was before.
Shave it.
I need to have that conversation with my son. He made me do it. And as a matter of fact, him and my niece, they're on that fight section along with a bunch of other people. Emily is saying fights in the background. All kind of persons on that background saying fight because they believe that what I'm saying is true. And it's not, just make sure everybody understand. I ain't saying we need to go out there and pull on. No, let's just think about where we are. Let's think about where they put us. Let's think about where they are as it relates to where we are. And let's stand up and create the absolutely. And let's stand up and create the revolution that is necessary. And the revolution for you could be as an artist, it can be you as a teacher, but as long as you are Bahamian fighting for something that's right for you and your country, stand up now and let's have the revolution.
I didn't even get to tell you my story, Fred. Let me tell you real quick. I mean, still pretty much in lines with what we were talking about, but I guess on a lighter note, um, went out with my workout group this morning, Fort Fincastle, 66 steps. You know, there's a little park in between Fort Fincastle and the parking lot for PMH.
Mhm.
We were there doing some work, and I guess the overseer of the park tells us that we are good to work out there before 9 a.m. But anything after 9 a.m. is not permissible. Question was asked, why? Why is that? And we were told by the young lady that, um, the tourists start coming in around 9 still. Ready? Um, Total slap in the face to Bahamians. And what added insult to injury is that she was asked the question, is this private or public property? And she says it's public, but it's kind of private still.
Yeah.
So my question is, when you ask a pregnant person if they're pregnant, it's either they're pregnant or they're not. It's not like you're kind of pregnant. You feel me?
I feel, and you know what though, that is part of the revolution that's necessary because we have also been trained to be so tourist minded
And subservient too.
that even the songs we write, you listen to most of the Rake and Scrape songs, even though they're saying Rake and Scrape, you have to say the words, but it's all about that tourist mindset. What we could do, what the visitor,
It's sad.
we got to talk about us. We live in the land. We the ones who are called Bahamians. And if we don't stand up for, like your thing today, if y'all didn't stand up there, they probably would walk y'all off there because the tourists come in. Tourist dollar never done. Remember that song we used to have? Tourist money never done. You got to have tourist money. We got to come out of that mindset. The tourists come to see us. And if we ain't living there, they ain't got nothing to see.
Bam.
Revolution, baby. Revolution. That's part of the revolution.
Say nothing else, Fred. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. And folks, you know what to do. Keep it locked. DJ AI is in the booth. We're ready to roll at 5 o'clock. It's your drive at 5.
You
Owners, get ready.
Yeah, Fred. I was like, pregnant or not pregnant? What it gonna be? Like, which one?
We got to get serious, darling. We got to get so serious that the time.
I think the younger generation are ready. I think they got more fire.
No, the problem is though they easily swayed though. They easily swayed because right now we are back against the wall, and the first person with that money, we out of there. And so
real talk, we're easily bought.
We've been trained that way. Our grandparents were that way. There are some of us who ain't scared because we just ain't scared. But the most of us who, especially those of us who ain't working for a long time, you watch how many Bahamian musicians are going to jump in line to be on those campaigns.
Hey, that's work. What you talking about? They paying, son?
So we need to see, the revolution says we need to not do it. Show them that you can't have this without. If you come to me to be on your campaign trail, then I got to be worth something.
Fred, I saw, it's sad to say, and I'm sorry to say, that ain't happening.
I know, and so that's why I said at the beginning, my dear,
especially where we are right now in this pandemic. You ain't work a whole 15, 20 months, whatever it is. Right. You can take the first thing smoking.
Yes, but think of the positive that could happen if you stand your ground together.
I get that. I get it.
So you can leave it to me one to stand up by myself. Now I can be the one who did.
Headshot.
I can be dead. And they can say, yeah, man, we agree with you, Fred. Do that fight, man. They see you, Fred. I go walk over you.
He was a good guy, he fought for us.
Yeah, you fight, but I go walk over you. But in the meantime, if we come together and say, nope, nobody performing on it, but that only could happen through unification, union or otherwise. And I don't care what nobody says.
Y'all ain't got no union. Sorry. What I see as a representation of union, that's a joke.
I want Belinda to be my union president.
How why don't she do education and music?
Yes.
Why you don't ask her?
Because if a teacher sneezes, Belinda is there.
Hey, listen to me. She got the Kleenex. She got the wipes. She got the Lysol.
She can be there. And that's so we need to get serious. And so the revolution is here, my lovely.
Fred, take care, my love. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate you, baby.
Yeah, man, always.
We'll talk soon.
Okay.
How do I see the things? They'll be on this show. It'll be on Facebook. They're right in.
Yeah. Natural Empress on Facebook or Star 106. I'm about to end it, so you could go watch it.
Okay, I'll do it there.
Okay, hon.
Bye.
I